There's Musayama coming up onto the dojo. He's not doing very well in this tournament. He's only got 4 wins against 4 losses, but day 8 with 6-7 days to go, there's plenty of time for him to catch up. Sometimes these wrestlers have a bad first half, or a good first half, or whatever, and then the pattern changes for the other half. And there's the wrestlers file out to the click of the Gyoji's key sticks, made of special cherry wood, very hard cherry wood. Get towards our first bout of the day, and this is between Kaiho, Otsukasa. The average height of these sumo wrestlers is 1.84 m, which is about, what, 5'11", maybe a bit more. But these two are much shorter than that, quite small in stature. 178 for Kaiho and 176 for Otsukasa. Both, although Otsukasa is some 25 kilos heavier than Kaiho. So Kaiho, third lightest wrestler in this Makuuchi division, a mere 125 kilos, which is just under 20 stone. Winning there for his 5th win and 4th loss for Otsukasa. Oginishiki had a brother in the Juryo division, but he retired a couple of years ago. Here fights Tamanonada, 149 kilos. Oginishiki gets that one with hatakikomi, slap down. And Tamanonada not doing too badly in his first basho. He's got 4 wins so far, 5 losses. A chance to get kachikoshi at least. Quite often when they come up from the Juryo division, they do rather well. Because of course, they're pitted against the bottom of the Maegashira ranks. And then the next basho, they get moved substantially up the Banzuke list. Then it suddenly gets a lot harder for them. Here, Kokonoka against Tochinonada. Tochinonada in the black mawashi, or shimikomi. Another word for it is shimikomi. Kokonoka there, getting shoved out. Well, that's given him a 3rd loss. He's been doing quite well so far. 7th win for Tochinonada. And a win there with yorikiri. Another wrestler coming up has got a brother in sumo, Kyokutenho, who will be fighting this man, Tamakasuga. He's got a brother of Mongolian in the lower divisions. So these two have fought 6 times previously. Tamakasuga's won 5 of them. Kyokutenho there manages to turn him and spin him off, and follows up with a push from behind. So Tamakasuga loses that one. Oshitaoshi, a push down from Kyokutenho. Now Tochisakae at 158 kilos fights Kotonowaka at 173 kilos. 150 kilos being about the average weight for these wrestlers, which is about 24 stone. Well, Kotonowaka not doing so well this tournament. He's only had 4 wins so far. Tochisakae's had 4 wins, and that looks like his 5th one. So he manages to turn Kotonowaka round from his attack and push him from the rear. Okuridashi win for Tochisakae. Well, Tochisakae's had, so far he's had 4 hatakikomi losses to start the basho, and then 4 yorikiri wins. So he's just broken that pattern. Now Kotomitsuki plays a lot of pachinko, that's pinball, Japanese pinball, in his spare time. Here fighting Toki. These two have never fought each other before. Let's see what Kotomitsuki's going to do with Toki. Toki's a rough sumo player, but Kotomitsuki certainly handled him. Well, it's astounding, really. This is that was Kotomitsuki's 8th win. He's got kachikoshi. He only picked up 1 loss so far. It's just over the halfway stage for him, and he's handling some of these veteran Makuuchi wrestlers without any trouble at all. Well, he was a very skillful amateur, but normally there's quite a difference between the top Japanese amateurs and the pro sumo. Although now there's the amateur sumo wrestlers are the biggest source of new blood into pro sumo, at least new blood at the top, as it were. They come in at the 3rd division down from the top into the Makushita division. Quite sort of strict rules about what they need to do to qualify for that. have to have placed well. There's Hakata Geisha, as they're known, the famous in this area, in Kyushu. Now Kyokushuzan fights Takatoriki. These two have fought 4 times previously, each has won twice. Well, Kyokushuzan had a bit of a bad-tempered match yesterday. Well, he lost that one, skidded away, and Kyokushuzan got it. There's no doubt about that one. I think Kyokushuzan was somewhat surprised. Well, he's only had... Yes, you can see he was waiting. He thought he'd lost it. So when they stand there looking at the gyoji, they're waiting for one of the judges to put up his hand to signify an objection, or at least the chief judge. It's the Shimpancho. Now Wakanoyama, 162 kilos, some 40 kilos heavier than Hamanoshima. Jumping the gun a bit there. And Hamanoshima it was who had that run-in with Takatoriki over the Tachiai yesterday. So he locks in fast. You notice that some of these wrestlers wear socks or bandages around their feet. One little trick they do is to wet the bandages, the tapes, which gives them a little bit more purchase on the surface of the dohyo. Tricks of the trade, as it were. And they also wet their mawashi, some of them do, so as to make it tighter when it starts to dry out a bit. Well, that was a win there for Hamanoshima, his second win. Silk belts are quite expensive. They cost £7,000. New ones. And the water damages them. Now, Akinoshima against Tochinohana. So Akinoshima got 2 arms on the inside. No, tries. Well, that's close. They both went over there. Now, the judge has given it to, the gyoji rather, the referee has given it to Tochinohana, but there's been an objection. So up come. Well, let's see, who did touch down? It looked to me like... they said Akinoshima fell ahead of Tochinohana, and they uphold the referee's decision. Gumbaidori, according to his fan, of course he uses the fan to gesture with towards the wrestler, and the winning technique there was uwatenage. So that was chief judge announcing or backing up the referee's decision. Next, Takanonami against Higonoumi. Takanonami has always had this reputation in the past for making a bad start. Well, he's had the all-time worst start of his career up to now. He's had 8 straight losses. Is this going to be his 9th straight loss, or... Well, let's see. Against Higonoumi. Higonoumi there jumps the gun, although Takanonami apologises. They're meant to harmonise their movements, harmonise their breathing rather, not their movements. It doesn't say in the rules that they're squatting down and all those movements that they do before the actual takeoff should be harmonised. It would seem to make sense to write that in, but it's not written in. It just says harmonise the breathing. Well, Takanonami finally picks up a win. Must be a relief to him, although he's got Makikoshi, of course, already. So 1 win and 8 losses for Takanonami, and 7 losses for Higonoumi. Dejima, it wasn't so long ago that he had to sit out sumo for 6 months due to an injury. That was 98, I believe. Here fighting Tosanoumi, whom he's met 15 times before, but he's beaten him 9 of those. So Dejima there, locks in tight, tries a lift, but it's Tosanoumi who's got 2 hands on the belt. And that's a powerful position now. Dejima trying to block Tosanoumi's charge there, and almost tips him over. Well, this is a real battle of strength here between the two of them. But Tosanoumi eventually gets it with yorikiri. But it was Tosanoumi who got both hands in on the belt ahead of Dejima. He denied Dejima one of his grips, and there was a lot of massive heaving going on there before Tosanoumi clinched it with that yorikiri nudge over the edge of the ring. 2 men here, both from Kyushu, Kaiho and Chio Taikai. Both have fought each other 15 times. Chiyo Taikai's won 8 of them, so it's pretty evens. Kaiho has certainly got much stronger over the last year. Chiyo Taikai there, a lot of determination on his face as he came up from that penultimate shikiri. This is going to be the real one. Chiyo Taikai will come out like a rocket. What will Kaiho do? Will he meet him head-on, head-to-head, or will he sidestep? Let's see. No, head-to-head, and it's one way all the way from Chiyo Taikai. Well, there's tremendous power. They come off the mark, these sumo wrestlers, especially Chiyo Taikai. He's absolutely smashing into their opponent. It's well over 1,000 kilos of impact there, as has been measured recently in some scientific tests. Probably there about 1,400 kilograms of power, and there's the legs backing it up behind. So Chiyo Taikai watched by his Oyakata, the one-time Chiyonofuji, because he's not called that now. He's simply the Kokonoka-me Oyakata. Now Miyabayama against Wakano Sato. Well, Wakano Sato's powerful. We've seen him handle the big ones with sheer brute force. Miyabayama, not a good loser, usually. Win or lose, he looks grumpy. So Miyabayama leads with a head. Wakano Sato absorbs it. Looks comfortable there, settling in. Miyabayama trying to move forward, but he's getting pushed back a bit. Still virtually over the centre of the ring, just on those start lines there, the shikiri-sen. And Wakano Sato's powering in. He's got him on the move there, on the run. And that looked to me like Wakano Sato's. So Miyabayama, who was the front runner, takes a loss. So Wakano Sato, 156 kilos of him. Looks bigger actually, but he's not so tall. Miyabayama's some 20 kilos heavier than him. So this next fight, though, is Fusensho. This should have been Musashi Maru against Hayate Yumi, but we saw Hayate Yumi limping off yesterday, day 8, in that mix-up he had on the edge. That didn't look very much. His leg didn't exactly crumple right the way up, but he certainly strained it. So Musashi Maru there gets a win without doing anything, and that's 8 wins for Musashi Maru and Kachikoshi. So Fusensho there, win by default for Musashi Maru. Now Chiyo Tenzan, who's fought Akebono, his opponent for this bout 3 times previously. Akebono tends to win on average, or fight on average, 5 seconds. Last too long, and there's those 2 hands coming out, double thrust, and that's another win. Akebono, 8 wins, and Kachikoshi for him. Well, it's a bit academic for these Yokozuna whether they get Kachikoshi or not, since what they're after is the tournament win, the overall tournament win, and the money that goes with it, 10 million yen, and the fame. And that was the 5th loss for Chiyo Tenzan. Now the concluding bout of the day in Musubi no Ban. These two, Takanohana and Musoyama, fought each other 32 times. Takanohana's won 24 of them, and Takanohana, this basho, has been looking strong. 8 straight wins up to now. Musoyama there, misjudged it. But Takanohana's not noted for his correct tachi-ai. So it's quite tricky for these wrestlers, actually, to get it right. So that was correct there. Both of them started exactly the same time. Musoyama locks in tight. He's got that grip there, and he pushes Takanohana down. That's broken his winning run. Musoyama there, 5th win. And an upset for the grand champion. He was in the lead with straight wins, but he's not anymore. So that was a powerful win there for Musoyama, no doubt about that one. Just one way, straighten out for Takanohana. So at the end of day 9, we've got Takanohana, Musashi Maru, Akebono, Chiyo Taikai, Miyabayama and Kotomitsuki. Some 6 rikishi in all with the same result, 8 wins and 1 loss. Kaiho's behind with 2 losses, 7 wins and 2 losses. And then Musoyama 5-4, and Dejima a step behind at 6-3. So there you see the results on the Bansuke list there. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with days 10, 11 and 12 of this basho. This is Sid Hoare from Kyushu. Take care, bye for now, and sayonara.